Why is crypto, to your mind, the future?
It is the future.
What we really mean when we're talking about crypto, what's its scope? Many people will be like, I've bought or sold Bitcoin, or I thought I should have bought and sold Bitcoin and I didn't. There's a whole load of FOMO out there, of course. What are we talking about when we talk about cryptocurrencies?
Crypto is a technology. Unlike any other technology, it's decentralized, it's trustless, it's traceable, unlike fiat money. I mean, today you have 100 million fiat money, you want to launder that, it's very easy. Crypto, we can trace that, and we work with many law enforcement agencies around the world to do that. And it allows you to build financial infrastructure on this, any infrastructure, right? So, supply chain, for instance, tokenization of real assets, etc. So there are so many use cases that will come forward in this scene.
Why should people care about the crypto industry?
Well, you're seeing huge, strong momentum. You're seeing huge growth. If you talk to anybody in their 20s and 30s, their first investment is to crypto. By the time they are young adult, 70% of their investment is in crypto. People are using crypto to transform the world. If you look at the current financial infrastructure globally, if you transfer funds today, cross-border, it takes 2 days for it to reach the recipient at very high cost. If you things like crypto and stablecoins, it's instantaneous.
How old are your kids?
My kids, my elder one is 27, younger
Right.
one is 20. Yeah.
So it's 27 and 20.
Yeah.
And are their investments in crypto?
They have invested.
Are they? Heavily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they have invested.
Do they use
But-
Binance? You can track them if they use Binance, surely, can't you?
I don't go and track. I don't go and track their investments. They are responsible for their own investment decision. But I mean, just do a research and talk to people. I think that's the reason why. Because the young adults, the youth, they know technology. They're much more savvy. To them, it's second nature.
You've been in financial services for something like 30 years. You've been
More than
around
that, yeah.
a long time.
Yeah,
Crypto feels as if it's been around a long time, but it hasn't.
it hasn't.
You know, I mean,
16 years.
16 years. What first attracted you to the world of crypto? How did you get involved?
So, if you think about it, the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, white paper, was born out of the last big global financial crisis.
2009.
2008,
Yep.
2009, right? I didn't get involved in crypto until about 2017, so much later. So in 2017, I mean, every year, I go to an industry conference in Boca Raton, Florida. In that edition, I noticed a lot of crypto boys. And at that point, even now, I think there are a lot. It's quite a male-dominated.
yeah, it's the bros.
Yeah, it's the bros. So I started talking to them. And the more I speak to them, the more fascinated I am. And I said, hey, this is going to solve a lot of problems that have been existing for the longest time and never got solved. Financial inclusion being a big one. Instantaneous transfer being another one. I said, for this industry to go mainstream, you need two elements to come into play. Firstly, you need regulatory clarity and certainty.
Mm-hmm.
And then secondly, you need institutional adoption. Regulatory certainty is very important because you have the crypto bros, you have the early adopters, the first 5% of population. But then the next 5, the next 10, 20%, for them to come true, they'll need some clarity. What is this asset class? How is it going to be regulated? Secondly, asset prices are volatile, which will be the case, right? Because if you look at the size of value of crypto, it was much smaller then, right? So 30 billion asset class versus a 3 billion versus 300 million versus 30, the volatility will be different, right? Because a much larger market capitalization will bring less volatility. So it's only with institutional adoption that you're going to bring this asset class mainstream, right?
And you were thinking this in 2017.
2017.
And at the time, you were working
As a regulator. I
as
was
a
the CEO
regulator
of Abu Dhabi
in
Global
Abu Dhabi,
Market.
Abu
That's
Dhabi
right.
Global Markets.
Yes, that's right.
So you had that background.
I
That
had
was the
that
sort of
background.
lens that you were coming at this
That's
through.
right. That's right.
What happened next?
So then I, together with the team in Abu Dhabi, became one of the first in the world to develop a comprehensive framework to start regulating crypto, to give the needed clarity that the industry needs. So I started investing, I started buying and selling, I started experimenting. I mean, you don't expect to be a bank regulator if you don't have a bank account because you don't know the pain point, you don't know how banks work, etc. So I started 2017, 2018. I got 2 crypto accounts then.
It was Bitcoin at the time, was it?
It was
that
Bitcoin,
you were buying
yeah.
and selling.
And some other things as well.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.